doesn't make sense. A tiny town like this can provide thousands of gallons of water per minute, but its residents are fined for having dirty water. Dell City, Texas. A town with only one main road, closed stores, and a population that has dwindled drastically from 3,000 to just 250 people. But beneath the ground, there's a giant water source that cities like El Paso are eager to tap into. They have permits to draw water from 90 miles away, while the people of Dell City live in uncertainty, even afraid to drink from their own taps. Why does a town so rich live in poverty and isolation? Wait until you find out who really controls this land. And this is the story of life in Dell City. Dell City may seem quiet and forgotten today, but this small town in Hudspeth County, Texas, was once born from big dreams. Founded in 1948, Dell City sprang up after the discovery of abundant underground water by oil miners, a rare find in the midst of the arid Chihuahuan Desert. This vast aquifer sparked a small migration from various parts of Texas and New Mexico. Farmers arrived, lured by promises of fertile land and abundant water that could sustain crops and livestock. The town's name was taken from the children's rhyme, The Farmer in the Dell, reflecting hope for a prosperous agricultural life. In the 1950s, the community grew to around 500 people, with farming activities such as alfalfa, chili, and corn forming the backbone of the local economy. However, over time, the world changed. Other cities rapidly developed with industry and urbanization, while Dell City was left behind, trapped in reliance on small-scale agriculture. With minimal investment, stagnant infrastructure, and agricultural technology that never saw modern updates, the town's future slowly began to fade. By the 2010 census, the population had dropped to 365, and by 2023, only 271 residents remained. Some even call it a ghost town that isn't quite dead yet. There's only one main road, and it's where everything happens. They call it Main Street, less than a mile long, but it's the lifeline of Dell City. Along this stretch, you'll find the post office, a general store, a single gas station, and a small school that's often quieter than it should be. On Main Street, neighbors greet each other by name. On one side, dusty old cars sit parked in front of wooden homes. On the other, a tiny shop sells the basics: canned sardines, bread, and farming tools. This is where it all happens. From paying taxes to picking up groceries and chatting about the weather and planting season. But beneath the charm lies a tough reality. Infrastructure is minimal, there's no hospital, higher education is miles away, and the internet crawls. For anything beyond essentials, residents must drive hundreds of kilometers to El Paso. Getting around is its own battle. Without a personal car, life is nearly impossible. There's no public transportation. Roads are empty and scorching, and in an emergency, medical help can take hours to arrive. Dell City isn't just quiet. It's one of the most economically isolated towns in Texas. As of 2023, only 23 residents were officially employed. The top industries? Transportation and warehousing, agriculture and forestry, and educational services. In most towns, that's a single business unit. In Dell City, it's the entire workforce. Poverty here isn't just a statistic, it's woven into everyday life. The official poverty rate sits at 13.5%, but the deeper blow is this: a 23.1% drop in household income in just 1 year. The median income now stands at $24,271, compared to Texas's average of $58,213, more than double. Property values tell the same story. Homes are listed for a median price of just $51,400. Most are vacant or falling apart. Many buildings have been left to decay because no one can afford to fix them. In the past year alone, the town's workforce shrank by 17.9%, reflecting a deeper truth. There are no new opportunities here. Ironically, Dell City sits on top of vast underground water reserves, a resource so valuable that even cities like El Paso want it. But instead of becoming a beacon of wealth, Dell City remains a symbol of rural inequality, a place where natural resources are plenty, but its people are left behind, quietly surviving in the shadows, unseen and unheard. Dell City isn't just a small town in the Chihuahuan Desert, it's a symbol of quiet resilience, refusing to vanish into ghost town obscurity. Behind the empty buildings and quiet streets, people here still hold on, not because they have no choice, but because of belief. They are descendants of farmers and ranchers, inheriting not just land, but a way of life, self-reliant, humble, and deeply connected to each other. With little access to modern conveniences, they repair their own tractors, grow vegetables in their backyards, and help one another during harvest. There's no big supermarket, no food delivery, but amid all the shortages, they possess something money can't buy, a deep sense of belonging to their land and community. This quiet strength is the focus of the documentary Tales from Dell City, Texas by Josh Carter. In it, 4 elderly locals direct their own short films, telling stories about sheep, mountains, and a tiny cafe that served as the town's gathering place for decades. Through honest, unpolished footage, we see something rare, the emotional bond between people and place. When Rosita Martinez stands in her old cafe and says her children don't want to carry on the family business, we realize this isn't just about economics. This is the slow fading of a world we used to know. To some, Dell City feels like the end of the road. But to Andrew Stewart, a journalist who chose to live here, it's a place to rediscover himself. A place where loneliness becomes strength. As he once said, out west, solitude is a good thing. Dell City may be close to vanishing, but its spirit remains alive. Dell City still stands, like a silent oasis holding unexpected beauty. From afar, the Guadalupe Mountains rise like a silver blue wall, shielding the town from the noise of the outside world. Just 20 miles away, Guadalupe Mountains National Park bursts into autumn colors, a living canvas in the heart of the desert. And above it all, the sky, one of the widest and clearest in America, holds wonders you can't find anywhere else. Far from light pollution, the horizon opens up, pitch black and star-filled. On one unforgettable night in October 2024, Dell City witnessed something rare. The Aurora Borealis. Red streaks danced across the northern sky, a first for Texas. The lights shimmered behind the silhouette of the Guadalupe Range, sweeping across the quiet desert sky. A visiting stargazer rushed for his camera and his partner. That night, Dell City wasn't just the hidden water valley. It became a celestial stage for the northern lights, a moment of magic in the stillness of West Texas. And yet, Dell City still seems to be standing still. Nicknamed the Hidden Water Valley, Dell City sits atop a rare treasure, the Bone Spring Victorio Aquifer, one of West Texas's most crucial underground water sources. But even this gift comes with shadows. El Paso Water has purchased over 70,000 acres of land around Dell City, preparing to pump water eastward by 2050, when the Rio Grande can no longer keep up. While big city plans swirl in the background, life in Dell City carries on. Simple, warm, and self-sufficient. At Tuti's grocery, Hortensia Tencha Romero laughs with her children and grandchildren, serving customers who pass time-solving puzzles while waiting on fresh burritos. At a tiny art gallery, local artist Ann Lynch helps kids create Easter crafts. Her family's farmland, once sold to El Paso Water, is now leased back to local families for planting. Life here moves slowly, but it's filled with meaning. Will Dell City survive? Maybe, but with limited resources and little potential for modern tourism or agriculture, the future remains uncertain. This town could vanish, like so many others in the American West, but it could also endure, a quiet oasis in the desert, held together not by growth or wealth, but by faith and love for the land.